Champions of Europe finally! History made in Istanbul! The treble complete!
History makers! For the first time ever, an English club have won 4 titles in a row!
Good evening, Blues. Carabao Cup action tonight. Manchester City heading to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to face Spurs. Two teams that I wasn't expecting. I mean, I was expecting City's team more or less, that midfield in particular. I'm surprised there isn't a few more kids in the City starting 11, but the Spurs starting 11 is very, very strong. And I mean, I still think we can beat them because I don't think they're playing that well at the minute. I still think we can beat them. But do you want to beat them? That's a question that I'm arguing with myself a little bit. Like, how much do you want this as a fan? As the players as well, how much do they want it? How much does Pep want it? I know it's a competitive match. It's a trophy that's up for grabs. So why not want it? You know, it's just factoring in Champions League, factoring in Premier League, and of course the FA Cup as well. It's fourth, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's fourth in the priority. And yeah, I just feel like the more years have gone on as a Manchester City fan, I've started to feel a little bit, I don't know, I don't want to get into the realms of arrogant, you know, and entitled, like, oh no, we're too good for the Carabao Cup. Because I remember what it was like when we first won our Carabao Cup under the new ownership, at least. Well, it wasn't a Carabao Cup back in the day, a League Cup, let's call it. When we first got that under our belt and we won it, I was over the moon, mate. I couldn't believe how good it was to be winning silverware. You know, I mean, our first piece of silverware under the new ownership was the FA Cup, of course. A couple of years later, we get ourselves a League Cup. And we were winning it on the reg. You know, it was like 4 in a row, wasn't it? Or 3 in a row, if I remember rightly. But ultimately now, we know it's gone down the pecking order, but I want to respect it as much as I can. But within reason, because I think you've got the summer coming up. You've got to factor that in. You've got to factor in Rodri's injury, Kevin De Bruyne's injury. We are forced to play certain players that, in hindsight, Rodri wouldn't start tonight. De Bruyne wouldn't start tonight. But the players who are playing probably would start tonight anyway have been playing lots of football lately. So obviously that brings in Nico O'Reilly. I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do. McAtee in the midfield as well. I'll just give you the teams. Let's get straight into it. So in goal for Manchester City, Ortega. At the back, Stone. In fact, I got 10 out of 11 right. If you watched my preview, I only got one wrong, which was Branthwaite, which was a bit of a gamble because he started against Watford. I thought he might be giving him a run out tonight. With it being Spurs, obviously he wanted a strong back line, and that back line is Stones, Akanji and Ake. I think that's pretty good going, you know. I mean, with the likes of Johnson and Solanke offering the threat going the other way for Spurs, I think they can handle it. I hope they can at least. We've got a couple of clean sheets lately as well, haven't we? So be nice to continue that run in terms of defensive solidity. In front of them, Lewis, and I'm going for Nico O'Reilly. I imagine he's going to sit. Could be Gundogan. We've seen Nico O'Reilly play as a bit of an 8 and push into the number 10 role rather than the defensive midfield role. Gundogan, again, it could be that he'll be doing the opposite job of O'Reilly, basically, of whether he's sitting or pushing. McAtee is definitely going to be in that number 10 role, so he's just behind Phil Foden, who's probably going to play as a false 9. You got Savinho on the right and Nunes on the left, which are two wingers lately that I'm very, very happy with. Very excited to see what Matheus Nunes can bring to this game. Looking forward to it, just watching United. Fucking hell. Oh, what a goal that was. Jesus Christ. What a terrible way to start the stream, witnessing Manchester United just absolutely batter one into the top corner. Casemiro with an absolute thunderbolt. I mean, if you've not seen it, I mean, if you're a lover of football, what a goal that was. Oh, mate, I hate to say it. Feel a bit bitter in my throat saying it, but what a goal that was. It's been a good week for United, and we'll talk about that in the stream as well, because I have to admit I'm a bit gutted with the news that's coming out, I can't lie. Spurs, though, incredibly strong. Vicario going straight in as well, their number 1 goalkeeper, so they're clearly taking it seriously, more so than they did against Coventry, where they scraped through in the previous round against Coventry, did Spurs, with a last minute winner. They were very nearly getting knocked out, you know, or at least going to penalties against Coventry. And now we've got a pretty much full strength Spurs. More their midfield's a little bit weaker than normal, but Vicario in goal, Archie Gray at right back, which is a very good player. Dragusin and Romero is the two centre backs. Van de Ven, I am assuming, is playing left back, seeing as he's been selected. He's played there before, and he's someone I want to talk about as well. Should City be looking at Van de Ven, you know, as a potential Kyle Walker replacement? So, I mean, you want the quickest player in the league, do you? Well, defensively, go and get Van de Ven. If that's what Kyle Walker was all about, was speed, you know, stick in a big offer for Van de Ven, because I wouldn't say no to him. The guy's fucking unbelievable. The guy's absolute quality. What was the goal? Was it against United, that goal he scored? The assist he got against United, in fact, going down the left wing where he just sprinted about 90 yards with the ball and crossed it to Johnson. What a run that was. In midfield, Sarr, Bentancur and Kulusevski is starting. Yeah, front three is almost as strong as it could be. Timo Werner, I mean, you never know on his day. I say the words, he's terrible in front of goal. Watch him score now, I've said that. But yeah, can't hit a barn door with a banjo, can Timo Werner. But very quick. You know, you've got Van de Ven and Timo Werner and Kulusevski as well, who could be playing on that left side. What a left side that could be in terms of speed in particular. So whoever it is, whether it's Akanji or John Stones on the right side of our defence, Rico Lewis as well is going to have to be getting back. Tough. It's going to be tough for them. Solanke and Johnson who's scoring every game at the minute. So this is going to be a really good game. I'm more excited about the game, even though I'm not a neutral, but from a neutral perspective, my excitement went up a notch when I saw the two starting 11s, because I think they're both taking it seriously. When you start seeing kids in there, you start to see a little bit of inexperience. The game suffers as a result. The quality just drops a level. But obviously, fans of the two clubs get excited because we get to see Nico O'Reilly, we get to see McAtee, and we're all chomping at the bit to see that now as City fans. But Spurs' starting 11 has got me excited because it's like, oh, we're in for a test. They're going to be tested today. Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 1, with John Duran, who cannot stop scoring, has just equalised for Aston Villa. Anyway, chat, it is good to see you. Hope you're all good. We had Jonny in nice and early. We're spreading his wonderful positivity nice and early. Yeah. Cheers, John. Caribbean Racer, good to see you, mate. Church, the White Turds, or the White versus the unstoppable gargantuan blue juggernaut. 0-6, which is a very unusual prediction, that. Very unusual, especially for you, Church. I'm surprised you've gone 6-0, in truth. Jack, good to see you as well, mate. Hi, Johnny. I will be there. Finally missed the last few. Had to put the Halloween stuff, I imagine, up decorating or whatever you're doing, mate, but I hope you're good. James, good to see you, mate. AU Gaming, 17. Oh, to Spurs you've gone for there as well. So we're getting a tonking. I'm here, mate. I'm right here. KJ Thompson, good to see you. 1-0 City. Johnny Stone's goal. Teams are in the dugouts. Section, good to see you as well. David, Rowan, Ikea. I nearly said IKEA. I bet you get that a lot, don't you? But Ikea, I hope I've pronounced that rightly. Douglas, good to see you, mate. Ryan, Isa as well. Good to see you, Phil. Blue Moon Phil in the house. Who else we got? Nockwanda as well, good to see you. Andrew, Captain Kringles, Steve, good to see you, Steve. Adam as well. I'm not too bothered about this game, to be honest. With all our injuries, we need to keep energy for big competitions. Yeah, I feel you, mate. I feel you. Yeah, it's tough to... Yeah, I'm trying to pick a lane, mate. I don't know what lane I'm in tonight. Am I in the fast lane? Am I going for this, or am I going to get in... I feel like I'm in the middle lane. I don't know if I'm probably speaking to people who have 4 lanes in their country. Like, what's he on about? Middle lane. But yeah, 3-way lanes in our country, in the UK. So, yeah, I'm in the middle lane for this game. I'm not quite feeling we should be writing it off and forgetting about it. Play the kids. Who cares? It's Carabao Cup. But I'm not like, let's go for it. Let's win everything we can this year. Because we need to understand that we've got the summer coming up as well. The FIFA Club World Cup, which is going to be a ball ache. You know, it really is, with the new format as well. It's going to be interesting to see how we handle it. It was 4 in a row, was it, Gareth? 4 in a row League Cups. So we've got 4 League Cups in a row. Excuse me, why is Ruben Diaz coming on the pitch? Why is Diaz walking out? That's utterly blagged me. Did I get the team news wrong? Pretty sure it said Akanji. Unless that was a last-minute change that I've not witnessed at all. Correct me in the chat. What's going on? Because Ruben Diaz was just walking out with a child. You know, as they do. Not some random kid he picked up off the street. Because someone would be having words with you, mate, if you did such a thing. But yeah, I mean, in fact, he's the only one with a kid. So, no Manuel Akanji. There's about 700 Spurs kids. But Akanji is unwell. Why did they find that out, like, just before? Injured in warm-up, unwell, getting mixed off the chat. But unwell, or either way, it's like bad news for City. Because, I mean, Akanji... I mean, is it? I don't know. It's like Diaz is obviously a quality player. But, I don't know. Harry, you can watch it on Sky, if you've got Sky in the UK. Other than that, I don't know where to go, mate. I don't know. I don't know where else it's being shown. I'm sure Google will help you, mate. But here in the UK, it's on Sky. So there will be no... Well, you'd think so. I very nearly wasn't able to do the stream, in fact, because my laptop just completely crashed before going live. Give me that big blue screen with a little sad face, which is quite insulting, really. As you're stressing about 5 minutes before going live, and the whole thing just crashed. So hopefully that doesn't... Oh, you've got Sky. Well, there you go, mate. Buzzing for you, because you've got the game about to be inserted into your eyeballs. So enjoy. Oh, it's just dripped on me as well. Right in the place where you don't want a wet drip. Cheers, Daniel. Good to see you, mate. And I appreciate the compliment. Fucking hell. I've had a load of subscribers lately, speaking of the channel. I did a short on Rodri. We're going to talk about that in this stream, by the way. Bloody Rodri, eh? Hey, a Ballon d'Or. Got a Ballon d'Or playing for... Well, not playing for us anymore because he's injured. But you know the point I'm making, that we have a Ballon d'Or player in our rosters. And, yeah, there is no... Don't get me started, because I'll go ranting about it, and I'll stop talking about the game. If I get too invested into that argument about Rodri versus Vinicius Jr. or who should have won it, and yeah, in all honesty, it's not. I think Vinicius Jr. is a quality player, and I think he arguably deserved second place. Yeah, potentially, but I think Rodri deserved that. The reaction of the Real Madrid is an absolute shambolic disgrace. It is disgraceful to see how they're acting. I think about Jude Bellingham, you know, and I get the impression Jude Bellingham and Ancelotti. You think about Ancelotti, the man, is the calm, collected, so respectable and respectful as well. Do you know what I mean? He's a respectful gentleman. I don't think he would have agreed with that decision. But it's like, mate, you're our employee. You'll do as you're told, Carlo. You're not going. I feel like that's what Real Madrid have said to him. But in all honesty, I feel like he would have been like, that's a bad move, man. I think Ancelotti would have probably lost respect for the hierarchy. I think Jude would as well, because I feel like he's of the same sort of professionalism. Game's about to get underway, though, so we'll talk about that in a second. Spurs to get us underway. Looks like Solanke standing above the ball. City in their maroon burgundy-coloured kit. And we're off! Carabao Cup action! Let's get into the quarters. Because I feel like we can win it. You know, anyone can win it when you get into that stage. It's pretty much all Premier League. Now, there's only Preston that are the only non-Premier League side left in the tournament, which just goes to show it's... Because isn't this the tournament that's meant to be about, you know, giving chances to other... Savinho coming forward brilliantly down the right-hand side. Had it taken off him, though, by Van der Ven and Timo Werner together. Kulusevski now bringing it forward. Timo Werner offering an overlap run. Found inside to Solanke. John Stones steps across, uses his strength and big, long legs to win that ball back. Brilliant from John Stones. Rico Lewis. John Stones. Back to Ruben Diaz, who's probably playing with a little bit of a... Yeah, I thought, you just know it, don't you? He's given the ball away immediately, Ruben Diaz, and I had a feeling he was going to... When you come on as a surprise player, when you're not expecting it, it's hard to get your head in the game, man. At any level of football, at this level of football, it's like, yeah. So hopefully Ruben Diaz can switch on and get mentally prepared. Spurs going down, for claiming for a penalty. I think that's Kulusevski, who's been a little bit of a shithouse there. As he went into the penalty area, he just went down. Savinho brings it down. Brilliant from Savinho. Lovely touch. And then goes past Bentancur with ease. Yeah, the screen's just gone dead in front of me. Fucking... It's not even the laptop now. This is my PC that's just deciding to piss about. Anyway, it's sorted. Nathan Ake. You're right, Izan. I swear I say hi to you every stream, mate, and I'm glad I do. I don't know why. It's just a simple little hi, Johnny. That's all you ever say, and I'm always prepared to say hi. I don't know why. Hi, mate. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Feel free to get involved and let us know what you think about the game, mate. Mateus Nunes, ball into McAtee. We're in the penalty area, just outside it again with Nunes. Nathan Ake. Jeff's in the house. Buzzing to see you, Jeff. 5-1 demolition. Need it after a major disappointment in the gaming world. Cheers to Rodri getting the award. Hope you are well. What's the disappointment in the gaming world? I don't know, Jeff. But cheers to Rodri. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Rodri's unreal, mate. And it's such a shame that he's not able to get on the pitch and show everybody immediately why he deserves the Ballon d'Or, because we've all got to go off memory now, haven't we? If he could just go straight onto the pitch and bag himself a goal from defensive midfield, we could all go, there you go. That's why. Do you know what I mean? But right now, we've all got to just who cares about Real Madrid? Honestly, the way they've handled it, it's made me not even care about them. They've become less significant to me. I used to be way more respectful of Real Madrid. They have gone down a couple of notches in my book. In terms of a club, I always used to respect them. Like the way they won things, the amount of things they won. They might not conduct themselves perfectly, but I think we've made similar mistakes as a club. You know, we entered that suit lovely from Savinho. That was. What a little nutmeg that was. Lovely. Little bit of Brazilian flair there from Fabinho. Nunes, ball across. It's gone all the way across. Savinho, I meant to say. I'm not a big fan of Dragon Age, mate. I don't actually. I think I played one of them. I think I've got back there. You definitely won't be able to see it, but I have played one of them. I wasn't a big fan. I'm not a big fan of top-down games. I liked Baldur's Gate. If you're into Baldur's Gate, that was all right. I enjoyed that. Like the third one. But I'm not a big fan of top-down isometric games. That's my one style of game I'm not a really big fan of, but I haven't seen the reviews, mate. So. Anyway, yeah, Arsenal 1-0 up. Arsenal, woe is me, Arsenal. We always get we don't get the rub of the green. Yeah, you're facing the only championship side. I mean, what a goal that is as well. We're seeing some absolute corkers. It's 2-0, in fact. 2-0 to Arsenal. That was the second goal going in. I didn't even know they were 1-0 up. Yeah, Arsenal facing bloody Preston. So it looks like it's going to be an all Premier League quarter-final and therefore semi-final and final, which is, yeah, to be expected. I don't know what anyone else was expecting, really. And this is with the Premier League sides playing their weakened sides because it's a burden. This tournament's become a burden, but we're all in it. Like, we're all suffering. Here comes Spurs. City could be about to suffer as well. Ball across. Rico, you need to get a touch. He doesn't. And Timo Werner has made it 1-0. The one man I said who can't hit a fucking barn door with a banjo has just scored. Literally, after I'd said that guy never scores, and he's just gone and made it 1-0. I can't believe my gob, man. My mouth. The words I choose. So poor. Fuck's sake. Simple ball as well, it was as well. Just got skinned down that left-hand side. Where is Ruben Diaz in all of this, by the way? He was getting skinned at the left wing, but Timo Werner. What is Ruben Diaz doing there? What is he doing there? And as a result, the dominoes start to tumble. You're going to get the morons who blame Rico Lewis for being out of position, but we go back to the halfway line and see who really is out of position there. Because Rico's got to cover two positions in that scenario. Fucking hell. Still is. He's pissed, isn't he? Still. Timo bloody Werner. There's no way he's just scored. Can't believe it. Anyway, so forget the clean sheet. Ooh, McAtee's just taken one to the face there. But what's Ruben Diaz doing there? At the halfway line? He wasn't at the halfway line. He was well in the halfway line. He was well in the Spurs half. By about 2 or 3, about maybe more, 10 yards or so. Trying to take on Johnson, the right winger. You are the central centre-back. You should have Solanke within your vision at all times. You should not be leaving Solanke in all that space. And it's not like Solanke was the danger man in all this, because he didn't even touch the ball. I think it was Johnson who sent it down the right wing. Leicester had pulled one back, but United have just made it 3-1. So there's goals flying in here today, and none of them are for Manchester City, unfortunately. No, we could be having one of those days that we look back on. Well, we don't look back on it, to be honest. We could be having one of those days that we don't even bother looking back on. We just go, well, we're out. Let's go and win the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. Let's go and get another treble. But out of the sides that are left, if we get knocked out, I still think we can turn this round. We can get an equaliser. Of course we can. But out of the sides that are left, who would you most want to see win the Carabao Cup? Oh, Tiger, mate, nearly gave it away. Eventually, it got through somehow. Nico O'Reilly got a touch. Spurs are all over us here, actually. We're struggling. I'd go Brighton to answer that. Preston. Yeah, well, Preston, mate, yeah. Apart from them, assuming everyone who goes through, yeah, Newcastle's not a bad shout. I wouldn't mind seeing them get it, to be fair. I wouldn't have a problem with them. I wouldn't mind seeing Brighton get it, because that means they've knocked out Liverpool as well. The holders. Nico O'Reilly, Foden, mate, caught on his heels a little bit there. The ball wasn't great from Nico O'Reilly, but Foden's got a very different job on his hands today. The ball's broken to McAtee, gets it inside to Savinho, who leaves it for Phil Foden. A bit slow this from City. Could have done they could have done a lot better there. We've kept the ball though. Ake. Nunes. Back to Diaz. I'm still shocked at where Ruben Diaz was in that goal. What was he thinking there? Ake, down the line to Nunes, down the left-hand side. Slows it down, back to Ake. Stones. Sort this out, it's a bit... Fucking hell, United 4-1, is it? Yes, it is, 4-1. Isn't that funny, isn't it? You get rid of a manager and you start playing football again, don't you? Oh, look at you. Oh, look at us. We're all liberated. We're liberated because Eric Ten Hag's gone. Oh, we're going to try now. We'll try hard now. We'll work hard now. He's gone. You pathetic shambles. You piss poor excuse for professionals. Do you know what I mean? Down toolsing because you don't like the manager. Where's your self-respect? Where's your respect for the badge? This big, great club that's Manchester United, and now he's gone, you start scoring. They'll do it for Amorim as well, of course they will. And then 6 months down the line, who knows what's going to happen with that. I am gutted about Amorim, to be honest. It's sloppy from City, though, I'm witnessing here. Gundogan again, giving the ball away. Rico Lewis tried his best to get it under control, but it was an outstretched ball. Sent down the line this time by Stones to Savinho. He's got a bit of space. Van der Ven coming inside. A ball is going to make it to Nunes, is it? Nope, intercepted, and here comes Spurs. Kulusevski with Solanke ahead of him. Ruben Diaz this time is in a reasonably good position. Gets his hands on Solanke. That's where you're meant to be, Ruben. See, I'm all pissed off now because everyone's fucking winning. Arsenal are smashing teams. United are smashing teams, and we're fucking losing. I'm not used to this. It's getting me a bit hot. Van der Ven's just absolutely done Savinho, and that's who we should be looking at. If you're looking at... Oh, he's holding his hamstring, though. Holding his hamstring. That's the thing with players of that speed. You do. The hamstrings always go, man. He is holding it, because we could do with him going off, because Savinho's going to be struggling all night against him. Emery over Amorim for me as Pep's successor. Always thought Emery would be better than Amorim. Yeah, I like Emery. I just feel like he seems to be that fourth guy. Do you know what I mean? That a ball down. Oh, it's gone out for a goal kick. But that, you know, he's going off Van der Ven. His hamstring's gone. Of course, Jamie, mate. Of course, mate. There's no loss of faith from me for the rest of the season. But yeah, it's going to sting losing the game. It stings losing any game. I don't want to lose at any game. I want to win every single thing we can possibly win. So yeah, I'm not going to be losing too much sleep over this if we do get knocked out. But it's the manner. That's all you want. You just want to get knocked out in a admirable way. You know, you want to go down fighting. You know, even though we've got a few kids on the pitch today, they're not kids really, are they? The McAtee, he's got a year of Premier League football with Sheffield United. Nico O'Reilly's definitely inexperienced. Other than that, it's plenty of experience that should be beating this side, I think. You know, I think you take McAtee off, put Foden where McAtee is, and put Haaland on. We should absolutely be winning this. But yeah, even without Haaland, I still think there's enough on the team and the starting 11 to be not comfortably, but winning the game. Captain Kringles, appreciate that, mate. You are always so invested in the game, yet taking time to talk to us via chat. Top streamer, thanks, mate. I'm so conscious of that, mate, and I really appreciate you've said that, because that's something that I've not really mentioned before. That I get like guilty. I waffle, talking about the football non-stop, and then I want to respect the chat at the same time, but I also feel like I'm talking about it for you, but at the same time I want to talk to you and get that balance right. And I'm always trying to get that balance right, because I feel like there's a lot of people that focus too much on the chat and forget to talk about the football, and then vice versa. It's not easy to get it right, you know. But no, I appreciate you saying that, mate. Thank you very much. Bloody desperate you, Ryan, aren't you? Is that what you want to see, Eisen? Bit of Doku. Looks like Van der Ven's going off, and he looked gutted. And here comes Udogie. Destiny Udogie. Is it Udogie or Udogie? I don't know, but either way, he's a out-and-out left-back, and a very, very good one. So they've brought on a more naturally positioned player, you know? So they could have got better, really, now, Spurs, as a result. They probably wanted to rest him. Nunes trying to back heel there, doesn't come off at all. Nunes not quite having the impact that he's had in the last couple of games, but 13 minutes in, there's plenty of time to go for that to change. I don't think we're in the mud, mate. Not yet. But they are. They look dangerous, Spurs do, when they come forward. It's going over the top as well a couple of times. But City with a high line. Spurs with a not so high line. I remember that high line they played in that game. Oh, Gundogan, mate. What are we witnessing from Ilkay Gundogan? He's giving the ball to Timo Werner, and Ortega makes the save and prevents it from being 2-0. But what are we watching here from Ilkay Gundogan? I mean, it's a continuation, like, game after game. Who have we signed? Why are we... This can't be Ilkay Gundogan. This is not Ilkay. Who is this imposter that's come back? Yeah, he's trying to blame John Stones, and eventually just took a little shot of him there. He eventually went like, actually, no, yeah, and said, sorry, that was me. Yeah, it was you, but how many times have you been doing that in the last few weeks, mate? Oh, Gundo. Should have been 2. Timo Werner, that was a more typical Timo Werner finish. He had time, and that's the type of finish. Oh, Savinho, does he step in? He did intercept it, but he actually couldn't control it. And Udogie sends it out for a... Sarr sends it out for a throw-in. They're not looking that controlled. They're not playing that well. We're giving them opportunities here, you know. There's constant updates being fired to me here. I mean, what's just happened to the screen here? Like the whole, even Sky, they're showing us a replay of the replay within a replay within a replay. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck was that? With Sky, mate. Udogie coming forward. Someone's offside because it's a City free kick. But yeah, Gundogan, mate. There's Son. He's not even playing. He loves a goal against City, doesn't he? Heung-min Son. He's a quality player, but he's definitely dipped since Kane's departure. Those two were like so cohesive, weren't they? It's just so connected. so dangerous. As like probably, arguably, definitely that generation, that couple of years, the last few years of Harry Kane being at Spurs, I would say they were the most dangerous duo outside of maybe what De Bruyne and Haaland. But yeah, since Kane's gone, Son has just completely dipped. What a lovely man he seems, though. Son seems like such a good person. If you see some of the interviews that he has and some of the work that he does with charity and for kids and things like that, he seems like such a nice bloke. Not that that's got anything to do with anything. What's that got to do with the price of cheese? One of these days, mate. I don't know where I've got a little remote somewhere that can change it, but that'll blag everyone, wouldn't it? Just changed it red and was like, ugh, ugh. Like, ugh, yeah. But I could do it and it'd be awful. But McAtee looking for a ball, giving away. Forcing it a little bit, City. We're not really trying to control the ball. Well, anytime we do, it's very dangerous cross-field passes across our defenders, like we saw from Gundogan just then, who gave it away. The defenders are trying to control the ball, but when it goes into midfield, it's very like forced. There's no patience, and I know that's probably sounds more exciting because we're quite used to City just very pedestrian, slow, and it works though. You know what I mean? We wear sides down. But this Spurs side leave gaps. So maybe that's the point that City are playing like that, because there's no real need to be patient, because they're, leaving holes for us to expose, but we're not exposing them. So I would urge a little bit more patience from Manchester City. Nico O'Reilly's coming forward. He's taken one to the head, has he? Gundogan's getting involved. Udogie, McAtee, free kick apparently to Spurs. But Nico O'Reilly's holding his knee here. He had an injury a couple of weeks ago, Nico O'Reilly, actually. Dean asks, do you think City will dip into the transfer market in January, and who? Keep up the good work. Thanks very much, Dean. I appreciate that, mate. I think we might do. And it's not like us. Oh, fucking hell. Nico O'Reilly's just buckled his knee. His knee just... He landed and his knee just proper wobbled. He's going off, mate. That looked a bad one. Dean, in answer to your question, yes, I think we will. And this could force our hand even more. I know you're thinking, what are you talking about? Nico O'Reilly, why do we need to go in the market for Nico O'Reilly? Because he is the player that we would play as a... He's the cover for the cover, effectively, isn't he? In terms of Kovacic. Who's Kovacic's cover now? You would say Gundogan? Are you feeling confident about that, the way he's been playing lately? I'm certainly not. And then behind that, you've got Nico O'Reilly, who looks like he's just picked up a knee injury. You could say John Stones, possibly playing in the midfield. Samuele Ricci from Torino seems to be continuously linked with Manchester City. And I also think we need to get into cover for Haaland as well, because I think... we can't rely on him, and I think it's great that he's not playing today. He needs the rest. Nico O'Reilly's back up on his feet. Maybe it was just a little jar, and he's okay. It's 0-0 with Brighton and Liverpool, but I'm watching a replay, so it's about to be 1-0. Fucking hell, what a goal again. What is going on? Gakpo has just absolutely smashed one. We've seen absolute thunderbolts from Liverpool, Arsenal and United tonight, and it's making me sick. It's making me physically want to throw up. This is shit. What a shit night this is turning out to be. Oh. I know what you're saying, Wesley, but I don't want to be like that about the tournament. I want to take it. I want to win it. I do want to win it, and I know it's like I don't want to win it any more than Champions League, FA Cup, or Premier League, but I just want to respect it, because I remember the memories it gave me. I remember Rodri's header against Villa, beating Liverpool on penalties. Those little moments in the League Cup. I'm sure we beat Arsenal. Quick corner taken from Spurs. It's going across the face of goal, and it's fired over the bar. I mean, say over the bar. You could have stacked like 8 goals on top of each other, and it still wouldn't have gone in. from Kulusevski. I mean, that is at least 3 points to Wigan. That is. Yeah, there you go, Hannah. You're absolutely right. When I remind myself of that. Life is pretty good, you know. It was such a nice moment to witness. It really was. Seems like such a good bloke, Donny Rodri, as well. Like the way his speech moved me. It was very personal, talking about his family and his girlfriend. Ball down the line to Nathan Ake. It's going to be a corner ball, presumably, is it? Bollocks, referee. He's given a goal kick. Nathan Ake looks injured. Well, he's limping a little bit, wincing rather than. Could have been a goal kick, actually. But, yeah, Rodri, absolutely buzzing for him. Timo Werner hugging the touchline down here, forcing Rico Lewis back into right back, which he's beating him as well. Ball across, Stones at the near post, just about gets it clear with his left shin. And it's broken to Savinho, but he's slowly coming forward with it with no options ahead of him. And the referee is just... he's given Savinho a foul, but also booked Sarr. I'm a bit... Yes. It was a foul, but I mean... He wasn't going anywhere, Savinho. I think he went like that, actually. Like an accumulation of fouls. So, I'll take it. Because that's a yellow card for Pape Sarr. I don't know, mate. I can't wait to find out what the question is, Daniel. God. Do I think, well, what? What can we possibly do? Go on, mate. Let us know when you've finished the question. No, we haven't, Jimmy. We haven't looked very creative at all, to be honest. Yeah, Ethan. I do think there is hope. I do think there's plenty of hope. Because I don't think Spurs they're not in good form. They're not playing that well in this match. Any sort of opportunity they've had, they've been gifted. The second chance for Werner was a gift-wrapped opportunity from Ilkay Gundogan, signed, sealed and delivered from Ilkay. The first goal was Ruben Diaz, mate, just well out of position, like about 80 yards away. Ooh, fucking... Stefan Ortega's between the sticks, though, who had a very enjoyable memory last time he was at this ground. Who remembers that? Ortega! I remember it very well. What a moment that was. Don't worry about it, mate. Do you think we'll sign another midfielder? I hope we do, but we could... Oh, Spurs are in. Oh, Ruben Diaz with a vital block there. Crossing the ball in was... who was that? Werner crossing it in and slide tackles the ball out for a corner to Spurs. City are... they've actually turned the heat up a little bit, Spurs, in the last couple of minutes. And City look a little bit... Yeah. A little bit behind the momentum at the minute. Sarr, 2-0. And it's an absolute quality goal as well. The man who's just picked up a yellow card. Short corner taking, completely switched off. Kulusevski's going absolutely wild here. Wild with celebration. So clearly this is what it means to Spurs. Yeah, we're getting knocked out, lads. I'm struggling to see a way back now, unfortunately. I mean, we can still do it. I just... That's... it's shocking defending. Savinho just left 2-on-1 out there. Phil Foden eventually gets out there. And then Sarr with a finish that's absolutely unbelievable, by the way. I mean, it's a great goal. Well, it's set it so far wide. Of a very Rodri-esque finish. That is right out of the Rodri playbook, that is. Very Rodri finish from Pape Matar Sarr. Mullet, he's not been great. He's been anonymous. He's not done anything. But I mean, we can't pick on Foden because I mean, who's not been? Who's been good? Let's focus on that. Who's been good in this game so far? I think Stones has been all right. Gundogan's just had his pocket picked again in midfield. He's becoming embarrassing. Solanke with the shot, Stones with the block. Shot in again, saved by Ortega. Gundogan, mate. Do Just, is it time, Gundo? Because, I mean, you are looking all over the place, mate. All over the place. And it's going to be incredibly costly. There's no way Pep should be allowing this amount of sentimental value just based on a player who once upon a time was unbelievable for Manchester City. Age plays a part. I'm sorry, we all have to move on in life. And if he is past it, he's past it, because he has shown nothing, and he's not even shown a fraction of the quality that he showed in his first spell at Manchester City. This spell of Gundogan is scarily below the standards. I mean, it's not even like, oh, by his high standards he's not playing well. It's by any footballer in the Premier League standards. I'm not talking like we've gone past but Gundogan's standards are really high, so when he doesn't play well it stands out. No, we're talking about 10-yard passes that he's giving it away. You know what I mean? That's just absolute fundamental basics from Ilkay Gundogan. That he's doing such a good job of tarnishing his legacy, man. Like, just pull him out of the line of fire, mate. Pep, like, why do you keep playing him, mate, if he's playing like this? Obviously, there's a coach in Gundogan. There's a future for Gundogan to become a coach at Manchester City. I believe in that, but this has gone to shit, mate, for as a player at the minute. You're hoping he can turn it around, but it's getting worse. That's the problem. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. That's a nice pass from Gundogan. It was only 3 yards this time. He pulled it off. Barca knew what they were doing, did they? I doubt that, but considering how well he played at Barcelona last season, it was pretty unbelievable. Nunes, though, he wants to win it, gets the ball across and it's cleared at the near post by Dragusin. Nathan Ake brings it down. City not giving up here. Free kick, is it? No, Nathan Ake doesn't get it. But Mateus Nunes with a lovely bit of play down that left-hand side, beating the fullback Archie Gray and getting a left foot crossing. No one was there, though. Cleared at the near post by Dragusin. Oh, mate. This is what I was saying to... Was it Wesley who was saying it's not the fact that I obviously care about it. I want to go out with a fight. I don't mind if we get knocked out tonight. That's the point. Oh, yeah, sorry, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers, Captain. Looking for Savinho there with a long diagonal. It's gone out of play, though. But this is going out badly. You know? We're going out with a real whimper here. I don't like that either. They've zoomed into Bernardo Silva's face there, and he's having a little chuckle. I'm not a fan of that either. If you're a City player on the touchline, you should have a face of thunder. You should look fuming. You should be looking like you want to get on the pitch. You know, Bernardo Silva having a little chuckle we're 2-0 down, mate. The ball. Oh, Nico O'Reilly giving a simple. It's not looking good. Pep looks lost. He's not even. He doesn't look like he's got any spirit tonight. He looks like he doesn't give a shit, Pep. It's mad. The thing is, you can take this into other games. We've got Bournemouth away at the weekend. You know, we'll take this with us. We will take this into that game. Even if it's a small fraction of it, it will be still fresh on the memory, fresh in the muscle memory. That's a foul, referee. Free kick to City in a dangerous area. Nunes seems to be the only bright spark in this side so far, trying to do something, coming down that left-hand side. Looks like he gives a shit. Do you know what I mean? Nico O'Reilly, mate, you've just given the ball away for a 10-yard pass. I know he's a kid, so we need to protect him a little bit. But that's a 10-yard pass that he's just given away. McAtee's offered absolutely nothing in this game. Foden's offered nothing. The experienced players, the youngsters, all of them, bar Stones, who's looks sharp. He's a couple of defensive moments that are okay from John Stones. Nunes has offered something going down the left-hand side. Everyone else, though, they're well off it at the minute. Well off it. And I don't think they want it. I don't think they want it. You just look at Kulachevsky's celebrations as they made it 2-0. He was like giving it one of them, giving it the big uns. If we scored, I don't think we'd celebrate like that. I think they want a trophy, rightly so. Gundogan to take this free kick. Come on, Gundo. Ball in. It's just ballooned over the bar. Ilkay Gundogan just smashes it over the bar. It's, yeah. It's not good. Not good at all from there you go, Gundo. Getting back and winning the ball at least. Well done there, Ilkay. Oh. I didn't hear the Meister. What did he say? Seemed like he was in a good mood. So much for that. Exactly. That's gone to shit, mate. Whatever mood he was in is dead. He's dead. Ethan's having a bad night. Stick with me, mate. Stick with me. We'll suffer together. Shanty, mate. He is. There's been moments. He's not been bad, McAtee. He's just not done anything. You know, there's a couple of times he's touched the ball. Nunes here, brilliant from Nunes. Turns, starts driving forward, wins the free kick. Well done, Mateus Nunes. And that's Pape Sarr who's just taking him out as well. Nunes wants the yellow card, doesn't bother though. Goes for a long diagonal switch and gets it right on the money to Savinho. Good. From Nunes again. Savinho coming forward, gets it inside to Foden, looking a little bit better from City. Nunes was the catalyst to all this. Stones out to Nico. Inside to Rico. Nico to Rico. Gundogan to Diazico. Akeiko. Nunesiko. No, I'll give that a rest. Nunes now coming forward and he's got an overlap from McAtee, but he's not going to win it. Bit overran there by Nunes. Bit too much weight on the pass, but the intention was good. Ake with the throw-in. 33 minutes gone. Feels about an hour. And feels pretty pants right now. Oh, Foden, though. As he's kind of, nearly, somehow Phil Foden nearly broke through there. Everything he tried didn't come off, and Spurs are away here, but Ortega comes out and reads it really well. Really well. I love it when you see that. How many times have we seen that from both Ederson and Ortega? You're like, oh shit, they're in, but because you're watching on TV, you can't see the keeper who just suddenly appears in shot out of nowhere and just wins it. And it just, that feeling it gives you, man, it's just, oh, just like, thank God for that. But they were in business then. They were looking for another one-on-one, but Ortega read it really well. Spurs knocking it around at the back, being pressured here, but they're actually coping with it pretty well. Archie Gracie kept it in. Oh, he's giving it away, though. Gundogan's going to break away with it, and Gundogan... McAtee wins it back. Nunes. I'm getting pissed off with him. It's getting beyond, like... I love him. It stings, man. It hurts so much to even talk about him in a negative way. Why do we have to talk about Gundogan in a negative way? I don't want to do it, man. I just don't want to do it, but you can't ignore this. It's shit. It's like so bad. It's so noticeable as well, and I feel like there are a lot of City fans out there that are turning a blind eye to it, and that's something I don't ever want to do, really, but... Yeah, 100%. I've just never seen... I said it when we signed him. When have you ever seen a second spell from a player be a success? Or equal to their first spell? Ever. I can't think of any. Foden with the ball in. Why is the stream behind? Shouldn't be. Good to see you, Clara. Hope you're good. Hannah's feeling it as well. Shouldn't be behind. But yeah, no, it's live. Yeah, that was a shot. I didn't even describe it, to be honest, Jazziest Spies. But that was a poor free kick from Phil Foden. Really poor. Just giving them straight away. Spurs coming down the left-hand side with Udogie. Gets it inside, but there's Gundo with a nice interception. Well played, Ilkay Gundogan. In fact, he's done 3 good things in this game, and they've all been defensive. Like winning the ball back. And in terms of my starting 11, by the way, I got it wrong. Gundogan is sitting next to Rico Lewis, and Nico O'Reilly is ahead of those two. So, interesting decision. Nunes showing a turn of speed here, driving forward into the penalty area, gets the ball across, and where's Foden, mate? Why are you not... Why you should be busting a lung to get in there. You should be already in the Rico with a pocket of space. You've got Foden, surely. Fucking hell, by the way. Mullet, mate. Nunes. Absolutely rapid down that left-hand side. The turn of speed he just showed then. The only player that I'm proud of who's wearing a City shirt today. And why is Foden not sliding in for that? Why is he not throwing himself at that ball? I'm telling you right now, that's 2-1 City if Haaland's there. It's guaranteed. Guaranteed. That is a Haaland goal all day long. You can just see his big, long Norwegian legs just sliding in with his shorts all ruffling up his legs. And then he runs into the net, grabs the ball and says, let's go and fucking win this game. But Foden, mate, that was piss poor, mate. Like, he wasn't even sprinting at one point. And then he gets into the 6-yard box, and it's like, it's just in front of you. Throw yourself at it. But yeah, Nunes, sensational. Really good. I felt like Rico should have had a shot because the ball broke out to him after that move. And Rico had a little avenue of space to charge into the penalty area, and he gave it to Phil Foden, who gave it away again. Not having a good day. Nico O'Reilly's in business, but he turns the other way. Could have taken that towards goal there, Nico. I don't think he realised in what a favourable position he was in then, actually. But City looking to respond here before half-time. And I mean, if we're going to get anything out of this game in terms of getting through, I think we need to score before half-time, really. I mean, 2-2, we can go on penalties, can't we? McAtee, ball in. Cleared by Udogie, but only to Savinho, still in the penalty area. But Savinho took too many touches. Doing bloody kick-ups, mate. What are you doing? Just control it and play football. Why are you doing little kick-ups, mate? Nah, it's not, Jan. I don't think it's tactics at all. I just feel this side have walked onto this pitch with a certain level of something I don't really like saying, especially after the abuse that I've given Real Madrid this week. They've walked onto the pitch with an air of arrogance and entitlement. Like, we're bigger than this cup. Let's just go out there. They've treated it like a fucking friendly, some of them. You know, they don't look arsed. There's a couple... Nunes has been brilliant. I'm really pleased with Mateus Nunes. Gundogan. Rico. Ball out to Savinho. What is that, Savinho? What is that? It's not a cross. It's not a shot. It was barely a pass. He just side foots it about 4 yards wide of the goal, doesn't he? I'm not sure what he's trying there, because the technique wasn't a shot. He didn't try and whip it. It was an aimless... Yeah, we've got young lads on as well. We've got Simpson Pussy on the bench as well. This performance is down to selling Alvarez and having zero cover if we need to rest Haaland. I don't think it's down to that entirely, Mullet, but I think this is collective. I don't think this is a team selection thing. I think it's McAtee's giving away. Gundogan touch heavy. Rico, does he control it? Yes, he does. Simpson... Yeah, Pusey, I think it's pronounced. Ball to McAtee into the penalty area. Hold it up, McAtee. That's it. But yes. Simpson, Pussy, Pusey. I'm pretty sure it's Pusey. Instead of Haaland, anyone in the world, who could I choose instead of Haaland? It's a tough one. I was having this conversation with my dad actually the other day, and we were having a real, not a debate, but we were talking about what life would have been like had we signed Harry Kane. You know, obviously we wouldn't have got Haaland, but you look at the numbers that he's putting on the board for Bayern Munich. Yeah, it's the Bundesliga. It's slightly less challenging league than the Premier League, but it's only slightly. But still, it is noticeable. Level down, especially the bottom half. But yeah, Harry Kane, the age is the thing, isn't it? The age, the fact that you sign Haaland. Hang on a minute, Nunes. He's the only player that I get excited about now. He's got the ball again, and I'm like, it gets me on the edge of my seat. He stops me mid-sentence. Now Gundogan's got it. I'll carry on with the conversation about who. Victor Gyökeres caught me. Yeah, he's a shout. He looks quality. But again, let's just see. I would like to see what he's going to produce long term. But he does look very good, doesn't he? Here's Gundogan. Nearly gave it away. Nico O'Reilly though kept it alive. Here's Nunes onside, but he's got the ball down the left side into Nico O'Reilly. Takes it off him. Bentancur. Kulusevski sprinting down Ruben Diaz. Has he kept that in? Somehow he got that to John Stones. But, see, I don't know where he's gone. He's disappeared. Savinho, ball into McAtee. Laid off by McAtee back to Savinho. And Savinho gives it away. But Gundogan's nicked it. Holding the ball up pretty well there, Gundo. No panicking. Nunes. Dinks it to Foden. What a ball from Nunes, but Foden turns on the volley. Not an easy technique for Phil Foden to 180 spin and volley it. That's not an easy technique, but you would like to think someone of his ability should be hitting the target rather than getting his foot underneath the ball and completely slicing it, because that's a big miss for Phil Foden. That not easy, but should be hitting the target there. That should be 2-1. There. What a ball that was from Nunes, though. Yeah, Jan, I agree. I think Kane is a better all-round player than Erling Haaland. The thing that the points I was talking about with my dad about Kane and Haaland and what would have happened, like we obviously the age is a big one. We spent half the amount of money we needed to spend, or we were being asked to spend by Daniel Levy, because 100, what was it? Didn't we eventually go to 100 million? But he wanted 120 for Harry Kane, and we said no. Yeah, there's that as well. But I mean, that's if you believe in it. He'll be winning it this year. He'll eventually win something. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes and bloody bags a treble or something in his final year. But ball given away. Savinho into McAtee. Free kick referee. Pretty central. And that should be a yellow card, to be honest, as well, for Romero. City have actually played reasonable. Spurs have been shit in this game. They have not played well at all. They're 2-0 up, and they've not played well at all. I don't think it's like, oh yeah, we deserve to be 2-0 down. We do deserve to be 2-0 down because of us, not because of them. But it's a free kick to City. Can we get a goal here? It's it's a pretty good position, this. And it's going to be Gundogan or Foden to take it. I'm not confident about either of them, the way those two are playing football at the minute. In this game in particular. Foden's been all right lately. You know, he played all right in the Champions League against Sparta Prague. Did all right against... who did we play at the weekend? Southampton. Did okay. But yeah, he's been pretty anonymous, and when he has been involved, it's been low quality from Phil Foden. Sarr's goal was quality. It was, Stefan. It was a really good goal, but a very avoidable. Very avoidable. Short corner, and we switched off. Should send two players out there. If there's two players there, Foden with the free kick, over the bar. Jamie, yeah, possibly. I don't think Pep wants to do it, though. I really don't think he wants to do it, but I mean... I would love to go on the pitch. I would love it. In my chair, as well. In it. With a fucking jet engine attached to it. Leaving fucking donuts, doing donuts in the centre circle in my chair. I would love to do that. It'd be more entertaining than this shower that we've watched so far. Savinho with another wonderful nutmeg. It's so entertaining to watch, but we need to see more. Oh, what a ball that is from Savinho to Nunes. What a ball. Is it red again? Oh, it's not too bad. Or is it the left one? Nunes lays it off to Gundo. Blocked. Is it that one? I can't see it. I'm going to have to move the thing. I'm sick of this, getting fucking medical examinations. Hey, they're all right. What are you talking about? They're okay. They're pretty good. Yeah, it was all panic before, wasn't it? Last stream, Jesus. I don't want to think about it because I'll end up, you know, once you start Googling it, everything's cancer. Do you know what I mean? Everything on Google is cancer. Free kick to City. A bit fortunate there because Spurs were coming away. I love how Captain Kringles is just, he's had enough. Stop talking about your fucking ears. Your ears are fine, mate. Would you shut up? Yeah. I felt the tone through there. Cheers. Yeah, this has been a poo first half for Manchester City. And Nunes tops it off with a... I mean, the ball was fired into him. I had no chance of controlling it. And he didn't. So... But yeah. Some of the players, though, in this first half, like, they've shown the fight of a tranquilised mattress, some of them. Just non-existent, really. Just a bit flat. I hate to say it, but I've been pretty disappointed in McAtee. He's had opportunities. He's more than Nico O'Reilly on the ball. Nico O'Reilly's not really been as involved, but still little glimpses that he's had. He's just gave the ball away a couple of times. One out for a throw into a simple 10-yard pass to Savinho. Gundogan's had a shocker. He's not been good. But is that McAtee's ball? No. City trying to get a goal back. We've done all right in the last 5 minutes. Spurs have just sat back, though, and you can't really blame them. They're 2-0 up. When's the last time we were 2-0 down? I can't even remember that. 2-0 down before half-time as well. And I think a lot of people will tune into this game and see the scoreline and then go straight to the starting 11 and think, oh, they must be playing their kids. And then they'll be pleasantly surprised, probably. Ball to the back post and Nunes makes it 2-1. Mateus Nunes, the only man on the fucking pitch from a Manchester City perspective who deserves a goal, and he's got one. Mateus Nunes. Come on, look at him. That's passion, mate. I love that. Love that from Mateus Nunes. Right on half-time. Right on half-time. We needed that, mate. Mateus Nunes makes it 2-1. And it's Savinho, I think, with the cross as well, with a lovely little step over onto his right foot, dinks it into space. Nunes on the half volley, just bounces before it reaches Mateus Nunes, so he chooses the perfect technique to just side foot it, mate. Just get everything you can behind the ball, and he just sweeps it in, smashes it back into the ground that it's just bounced up from, and flies into that near corner. Nunes grabs the ball and says, let's go and get an equaliser. And City doing everything they can to immediately give Spurs a third goal. They're just pissing about. What are we doing here? No, I know what you mean, mate, but you got to celebrate a goal when it goes in, mate, haven't you? You know what I mean? 2-1. Nunes. There goes the half-time whistle. Bloody Nora. Who remembers, or who was around? I mean, how old was I when we were 3-0 down? I remember crying. It was an FA Cup game. We didn't even win the FA Cup. I just remember crying with joy when I was like 10, maybe a bit older, about 11 maybe, when we were 3-0 down against Spurs. And I've never witnessed a game like that in my life. I made a short on it, actually. So if you want to go and check out my shorts, I had a short the other day for the Ballon d'Or, by the way. Some of you might not have even seen that short, but it's got like, I don't know how many views, but like well over, which is good for me, obviously, but yeah, 115,000 views on a short is pretty good for me. Gained me about 300 subscribers. So it's shorts, mate. It's all about shorts. I'm not going to start making loads of shorts because I know I'm still going to make the odd short here and there, but predominantly going to stick to long form content. But yeah, going back to the Spurs game, the comeback, I don't think that we've ever seen a comeback like that ever. I think that's the greatest, certainly in the FA Cup, the greatest FA Cup comeback ever. Because 3-0 down, David James, those who remember David James, #1 goalkeeper, was out, wasn't fit. What's his name now? Who's the goalkeeper that was in? I'm sure he was Icelandic. Was he Icelandic? Someone's going to tell me in the chat. The goalkeeper who was in between the sticks for us pulled off some good saves. It wasn't Pantilimon, no. No, it was way before that. It was before Joe Hart days. Oh, who was it now? You won't. It was a proper random name. He played like 3 games for us. Anyway, long story short, he was in net. played unbelievably well, even though he conceded 3 goals. We went 3-0 down with no Nicholas Anelka. Anelka was our centre forward. David James was our goalkeeper. Our 2 best players, effectively, out. Kevin Keegan was the manager. And 3-0 down at half-time. Joey Barton, central midfielder. I'm sure you all know Joey Barton. He gobbed off at half-time. Literally, the half-time whistle had just gone. Still on the pitch, but goes up to the referee and calls him a name. Gets sent off. So we're down to 10 men now. Do you know what I mean? We come onto the pitch. Sylvain Distin makes it 3-1 right at the start of the second half. I think it was... Paul Bosvelt on the edge of the area makes it 3-2 with still about half an hour to go. With about 10 minutes to go, Sean Wright-Phillips, he was offside, and this is the thing, and I think VAR would have ruled that out had it existed back then, but he looked a touch offside to me. But anyway, Sean Wright-Phillips goes through and makes it 3-3 with about 10 minutes to go, and in like the 90th minute, with 10 men away, with the best players out, and we're shit. We had no money, we were shit. And we scored a 4th goal with John Mackin with an Antoine Sibierski cross just nodding it into that far corner. And what a legend John Mackin is. And that moment is the greatest comeback. Steve McManaman was playing for us back then as well. And I remember as I was a kid watching it and I just bawled my eyes out because I'd never seen anything like it. Do you know what I mean? Just like, it's the stuff of fairy tales. You know, those books, those cartoon books that you read about football. Roy, what's it called? Rover Red, what's that book series called in the UK? Just a kid who plays football and his dream is to become a footballer. You know when you just that fairy tale football stuff? That's what that was, man. 3-0 down, 10 men, and we came back and won 4-3. And it was against Spurs. So, yeah, come on. Roy of the Rovers, that's it, Timmy. I knew it was something Roy. I knew it was R. Arison, was that the bloke? That was the goalkeeper, was it? Yeah, I remember. Yellow and black top. Ivanson, was it? Or something like that, the keeper was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was from Iceland. Anyway, good. Yeah, what a comeback that was. I mean, it's not going to be the same today because we've already started the comeback. We're already at 2-1. But I don't really want to go 3-1 down and have to come back to win 4-3. But we are definitely in this game now. And Pep should be firing a rocket up their arse. Because you know what's going to happen? That if we don't win this, everyone's going to get a boost. Because everyone's scared of us. No one wants to play us. All the Premier League sides that are left in it. Liverpool, Arsenal, United, Newcastle, Chelsea, whoever gets through. None of them want to face us. They are scared of us. So they will get a massive boost if we get knocked out. And not only that, we can. You know what we're going to... We heard Liverpool fans celebrating their Carabao Cup last season like it was the greatest fucking thing ever because it was Klopp on his way out. Imagine Arsenal winning a Carabao Cup. We'll never hear the end of it. United as well. Like, Amorim comes back and wins them a cup straight away. You know what I mean? You can just see it. I want us to win it to stop them winning it. Do you know what I mean? Just not to hear their shite. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want. But he really is section, isn't he? I do. There's Jimmy Grimble, mate. Yeah, 100%. What a movie. What a movie that is. Quality. What can be better than playing... What can be better than Man United? Man City. I love it. I love it, mate. Anyone who's not seen Jimmy Grimble, go and watch Jimmy Grimble. It's a movie about City, basically. It's a good one as well. It's just a young lad who wants to make it, and he gets an offer to play for United and ends up playing for City instead. It's a bit old. It's a little bit cheesy, but it's good. It's good. especially if you're a City fan. But anyway, going to go for a pee. Stuart, look at Stuart. Fucking piss off, Stuart. So I'll get it as close as I can. Oh, look at that. Look at the state of that chat. It's an absolute joke. I still need to get a proper emoji, don't I? A proper... Sick of it, honestly. Cha. But, yeah, so I did a short the other day because I was struggling for time. I knew my reaction to the Ballon d'Or was going to have to be the day after the announcement that Rodri had won it. But I did, obviously, with the news coming out so early in the morning that he had won it and the Real Madrid weren't even turning up, mate. They weren't even turning up, like... It's so shit, isn't it, from them? It's so pathetic. It's cringe, man. Anyway, I thought I can make a short here because I think there's an opportunity. I'll see what happens. And then I just put it out there, 115,000 views and like over 300 subs. You know, when I 2 days ago I had 21.1, 21.2. And now I'm on 21.6, so it's gone even more since I started this stream. So nearly 400 subs in like 2 days, which is quite a reasonable amount. It just shorts are very easy, it seems, to get views, but I would argue that like I would rather build a community where you guys know what I'm doing, and shorts are nice for like quick little moments, but I will not stop doing this type of content just to chase a load of subscribers, because shorts clearly are a quick way to getting subscribers. It's if you can do it and succeed in making a good short, clearly that's going to get you more subs because the algorithm is way more generous. But you get fuck all money, by the way. Absolutely fuck all money. I'm not going to go into specifics, but it's pretty poo. You don't get much money. I was like, 115,000 views. I'm going to get a load of money for that. That should be all right. And it was like, shorts money is well different. So definitely sticking to long form content. And it's why you're seeing a load of shorts, what you typical shorts creators are now making long form content because they realise there's no money in shorts. But I was never doing this for the money to begin with, in all honesty. I was doing this for the joy, for Manchester City. But make a shot. Would you shut the fuck up about this chair already? Cheers, Clara. Thanks very much. Nice one, Letty. Appreciate that. But yeah, do you reckon we're coming back? Do you want us to come back? Do you want us to win? I feel like there's a lot of like... I don't know. I'm not feeling the... I feel like I'm one of them. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else. I feel I'm part of the problem, really. That I feel like City as the whole entirety of Manchester City are just not quite there. Because we know that Champions League, Premier League and FA Cup are way more important and we can win them. So therefore we're going to focus on them. Jonny, don't commit to TikTok. It's the most toxic football community ever, as well as Twitter. YouTube is way better and it's such a good community. I definitely agree with Twitter. I made a couple of... TikTok's a joke, by the way, in terms of generous algorithms. I made one fucking video on there and it got like 4 million views. And I've got like 50,000 followers on TikTok. And people are thinking, you've got 50,000 followers on TikTok. Yeah, I'm turning my nose up to it, mate, because pretty much a lot of what Hannah just said. Also, you don't get paid that much on TikTok either. I'll eventually, when I have enough time, I'll try and cover all social media aspects and be a little bit more professional. But I really enjoy YouTube. Exactly what you've said there, Hannah. I think the community, I think the people who go onto YouTube, the comment sections are always a little bit more civil, you know. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 0. Whoa. Newcastle, who are going to get at home, getting a nice boost of confidence before they face Arsenal, who are 3-0 up against Preston. Alanis, every game City loses, I blame it to the red kit. Not a fan of the kit. 5-2. United Leicester. Just watching Bruno Fernandes take the piss a little bit there. Went round the keeper and decided to nearly walk it in. With a player on the line. Crystal Palace 2. Aston Villa 1. So that's who everyone's going to want to face in the Liverpool 3, Brighton 2. Christ, they've all been flying them. Lots of goals tonight, haven't there? 5-2, 3-2, 2-1 here at half time. 3-0 Preston Arsenal. Second half's about to turn up. Yeah, Alanis doesn't like the kit. I think it's all right. It's the other one I'm not a fan of. The piss coloured one, the baby blue and baby pink with like piss in the middle. Yeah, not a fan of that one. Transfer news live notification. Kyle Walker from Football Insider, so take this with a pinch of salt. Kyle Walker could be out of favour at Manchester City, with the club weighing up the 34-year-old's future after several poor performances. It's not about me now, is it? It's not about me anymore. Never was about me. It was always about Manchester City, but I had no idea the chair was going to overtake Manchester City. And me. I thought I might stand a chance against some inanimate object. Kovacic is coming on. Gvardiol's coming on. The Croatians are coming on. For who? City looking to turn the screw a little bit here. Number 19, that is Ilkay Gundogan coming off. Not surprised in the slightest. Second half's about to get underway. That was quick. Bloody hell. I'll tell you who's come off in a second. McAtee gets us underway. So we've got Gvardiol. Diaz has come off. And Ake has gone central, which I predicted in my preview. I thought Ake would have gone in the middle. But I did predict Branthwaite as well, so I got that incredibly wrong. But yeah, Gundogan has been hooked. And rightly so, to be honest. Ruben Diaz, on the other hand, I think is probably a little bit of fitness. Send him, mate. Nunes. Just went round the outside there, John Stones. If he went through the middle channel, Nunes could have had a run at goal there, but he's been forced down the left wing But I mean, yeah, hands down, man of the match from a Manchester City perspective. Gvardiol and Kovacic getting a couple of early touches there. City looking to knock Spurs out, even though we're on the brink of getting knocked out ourselves, being 2-1 down. But that first half from some of them was an absolute joke. It really was. Nunes trying to get back there, does well, keeping the ball. Look at him. Nearly gets caught on there. Referee gives a free kick to Mateus Nunes, but I think he was got caught there a little bit, in all honesty. I haven't asked anyone to hit the like button in this whole video yet so far, so if you haven't hit the like button, please do. I always forget. Well, I didn't. Lately, I've been pretty good, actually. The last couple of streams, I've remembered to do it, being the professional streamer that I am. But today, I've completely forgotten. Poor cross from Savinho's turned into a good one, thanks to the big deflection that it took. But Nunes lets it run out for a throw-in on the other side of the pitch to Manchester City. So yeah, please hit that like button if you haven't already. And subscribe if you're new. And thanks to everyone who has hit the like button without me asking you to, because you guys are the real MVPs. Ball in, McAtee, Foden, confusion, just giving away. Oh, I love that touch from John Stones, really good. Gets that ball out to Savinho, brings it under control with his left foot. Takes it onto the left foot. Oh, it's not a million miles away there from Savinho. We'll have to see a better angle to see how close he actually was, but that looked like the right trajectory. You're just waiting to see that net just bulge with a football going in the top corner. That's what you wanted to see, because Vicario was pinned. He looked worried as that. He just looked, checking to see if it was going in, but here comes Spurs. Ball across, Nathan Ake, deal with it. No, that's not good enough. Johnson. Shot, saved by Ortega. Solanke on the rebound. Is he offside? Rico gets back. Was he offside? Yes, he was. Solanke. Ake should be doing more than that, though. He should be using his right foot here, Nathan Ake. He should be using his right foot and clearing it back to where the cross came from. I'm not sure what he's thinking there. Letting it run across his body as the ball's coming across his body like that, dangerously. Kulusevski's about to hit him on the shoulder, and he just tries to hook it away with his left foot, rather than just send it back to where it came from. Kovacic there. The ball's been won back by Solanke. Kovacic thinks it's a free kick, but referee says no. Here comes Spurs. Udogie out to Werner. Werner ball whipped in, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Oh yeah, Alanus, thanks for asking, and thanks for the super chat. I think it's a great move for United. I know you don't want to hear it as City fans. I rate him. I think he's good. You all saw my video that I did talking about the potential of him replacing Pep Guardiola, because he was linked. City have lately, all the rumours coming out, City have very much distanced themselves now from Amorim and said we were never in for him, according to some of the sources that I'm listening to. But I think those same sources were saying that we were in for him, so it's, I don't know. I do think it's a good move for United, and I think it'd be an interesting move for him. See what he does. You know, I think they're going to be strong for a little bit. I think he will certainly. It'll take time, but I think he will certainly improve them. I think this also is good news for City in the way that I think if we knew that Pep, if the club knew, and I think the club do, I know they keep saying it, I know Pep keeps saying, I haven't made my mind up yet, I haven't made my mind up. Yeah, I think people know. I think people within the industry know what's going on with Pep Guardiola's future. And it's just for images, just for the face of the club, for appearances, as to why we keep hearing he hasn't made his mind up yet. He absolutely has, Pep Guardiola. And I believe that Amorim was probably waiting to see what Pep's going to do. I feel like Alonso could be in that same boat, Xabi Alonso, as to the potential replacement for Pep. But with Pep, I think this means Pep's extending. I think this means he's extending. And I'll be very surprised if he doesn't now. Because if he wasn't going to extend, he wouldn't leave the club in a position managerless going into next season or this stage of a season, not knowing what we're doing exactly. McAtee with a heavy touch, but actually does well there to come away from the oncoming tackle from, I think it was Johnson closing him down. Nico O'Reilly coming down the inside channel on the right. Savinho, little step over. Puts his foot on it to slow down. Back to Rico, into Kovacic, on the edge of the area. City looking to respond, 5 minutes into the second half. Savinho with a dinked ball in. Foden tried to flick it on to Nunes, who was waiting. But the ball's going to be broken away here for Spurs. Timo Werner sent away, and he's in on goal. Fucking hell, he's just in on goal from the halfway line. How easy is this? He's in on goal, and you're praying he doesn't have another one of it. Yeah, typical Timo Werner finish. That's the Timo Werner that I was talking about at the beginning of the game. There's your Timo Werner that can't hit a fucking barn door with a banjo. He had time. He's the type of forward. The first goal that he scored was instinct. He had no time to think about it. One thing to do was hit it first time and whip it in that corner. But the Timo Werner that has time to think about it misses. And that's the Timo Werner I was talking about, because that was a terrible miss. But what's more concerning is how easy that it was a corner for City. We were dominating the ball, really good football, keeping it on the edge of the area, and then it broke. One pass later, they're in on goal. It's crazy. Crazy. Elenis, thanks very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Could Guardiola staying one more year actually hurt us by losing Amorim instead of leaving and City getting him now? It crossed my mind, but I don't think so. There is a worst case scenario that a picture that I don't really want to paint for City fans, because I don't like to make it all doom and gloom, but I feel like there could be a spell where City are on the decline as United are on the up. If Amorim continues, because I feel like he is a good manager. I know City fans are not going to want to admit that, but in terms of, if you watched that video that I made about Amorim, it's going to make United fans excited, because I brought some stats to the table with regards to his PPM, which is points per match, and I compared Amorim to Arne Slot at Feyenoord, because I don't think it's fair to compare. The minimum amount of games for the points per match was 100 games, and that was Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen. So he was one of them. Arne Slot at Feyenoord was like 400 games. Pep at City, 400 games plus. Ancelotti at Real Madrid. Arteta at Arsenal. And I think Amorim was the other one. In terms of points per match gained, and yes, I know you're talking about the Premier League in Portugal. I know, I understand that, but you've still got to win the games. But in terms of points per match, there was only two managers that were better than Amorim, and that's Pep and Ancelotti. So if you're third, and we're talking about big football clubs, big European football clubs that are, still in, the clubs that I've mentioned are still challenging on the fronts that they're trying to challenge for. Leverkusen, Arsenal, and City, of course, and Real Madrid. He was the third on the list behind Pep and Ancelotti. He was ahead of Alonso. So, yeah, he's a good manager. Ball in from Savinho. It's blocked. And don't forget, you think, it's just Primera, but Sporting don't have the budget of Benfica or Porto. Both of those clubs have bigger budgets and are more, well-renowned clubs compared to Sporting. I think they're kind of the underdogs compared to those two. And the fact that they've been winning the league. This ball in here, they're in business here. Spurs have surely got to make this 3-1. Kulusevski's in on goal. What a save from Ortega. What a save that is, mate. He did telegraph it. He made it pretty obvious where he was going to go with it. But how big are his arms, mate? His arms are like logs. They're just like trees. How long did they... His arm just comes out and it looks so big and solid. That's what she said. What a save from Ortega that was. And how are we not 4-1 down already is beyond me. This time Kulusevski with the miss. Probably should have squared it a little bit earlier, actually. But fancied a goal. But yeah, we've carried on. This is the same City that are just very susceptible to balls in behind. And you could see Pep panicking. As the ball was on the halfway line, he was doing that, as in pointing to the wings. He's saying, get out wide, we're in trouble. And it was like, Pep, mate, you sent them forward. You're the one who sends Guardiola forward and Rico to invert. And then you're asking those players to we've got players on the wing that are causing us problems. Yeah, of course we have, Pep. You sent Guardiola forward, so guess what? There's going to be a big hole behind. And Rico's got to invert into midfield, so guess what? He's going to leave a big hole in behind. Spurs are in again. In again. We are all over the place here. Timo Werner, edge of the area. We've got numbers back. Werner over the bar. Timo Werner with another Werner-style finish, even though he has found the back of the net. But, fucking hell, should be 5-1. 5-1 it should be to Spurs. Yeah, John Stone's positioning there is really good. I'm just looking at the chance before that chance. There's a catalogue of replays that need to be shown now. All for Spurs. But what a save that was from Ortega. But I was saying he should have crossed it, Kulusevski. But John Stones' positioning prevented that. Really good. Ball's breaking away, is it? Foden, mate, you need to get involved in it. He's sprinting. Good. Look, he's trying to close down. He's showing some, I don't know, running. I mean, are we there now? Are we celebrating someone who's running? That should be the bare minimum, mate. That's the bare minimum we should be doing in this game, is running. Kovacic with a nice pocket of space to drive into. Gets it into McAtee. And McAtee's not been impressed by McAtee at all. Savinho. To the byline. Right foot. Across the face of the goal. It's blocked. Corner ball to City. We're still in this. Somehow. We're still in it. Bernardo Silva's coming on for City. But for who? He was having a chuckle. I mean, 2-0 down, he was having a laugh, wasn't he? In the first half. So you're wondering what attitude he's coming onto the pitch with. I'm shell-shocked by their attitudes, to be honest. Foden with the corner. It's cleared. And it's a free kick to Spurs as well. John Stones with the foul at the back post. Yeah, this is where I get annoyed. It's when it's attitudes. It's not quality tonight that's bothered me. And it's been poor. It's not been great at all. Foden's coming off. Not surprised. No, Foden off. Bernardo Silva on. So who goes up front? Savinho? Nunes? Bernardo Silva straight up front? Savinho's gone down. Pointing at his pointing at his boots. Looks like cramp or something. He waved over the City players to ask for help. He just did that, which implies impact. So he's had a whack. He's in a lot of pain. Fucking hell. Have we got any wingers left? He goes off. What now? He's in a lot of pain as well. He's writhing in pain there. I don't understand. He hurt himself and then went and took the corner and was fine. And then like 5 minutes later he's feeling the pain. I don't know what's going on today. Yeah, there you go. He's writhing in pain there. He's not happy. He was doing that to the City fans, trying to get him singing, which I'm sure they already are. Who's this coming on? He's going to make a substitution here. Oh. He looks serious as well. Looks like Jacob Wright could be coming on. He looks promising as well, but I mean, where's he going to play? Because he's a central midfielder. So is that Bernardo Silva going right wing? And Jacob Wright going in the middle? So we've got a midfield now that's got Nico O'Reilly, Jacob Wright, Rico Lewis, and James McAtee. I wish them all the best, but they're playing in a side that's underperforming as well. They may be the reason for that. There may be, or at least a factor in that. But they're, it's not a pleasant night to be a youngster. Pep's thrown them in the deep end in this fixture. But for me, it's just their attitudes. For me, some of them just don't look like they're that arsed. And that's the most disappointing thing over anything. I can forgive them for passing badly, bad shots, terrible bit of skill, constantly giving it away, all of that stuff. No, I can forgive them. I can't forgive bad attitudes, though. That's something that just should not be happening. And Savinho's on a stretcher. Now. So, Jack Grealish, Doku, Savinho, Oscar Bob, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, all out. Yep. Fila beat me to it. Doku, Bob, Rodri, KDB, Savinho, Grealish as well, you missed that. That's it, mate. We're not allowed the excuses, though, Clara. That sums up this hour, the last hour of football. Elanis, thanks very much for the super chat again. You've been incredibly generous tonight, and I thoroughly appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's a wonder the garbage United and Arsenal fans channel talk about City squad depth, when in reality City are actually struggling. You're 100% right. We are not afforded the excuses because we have money. They think we spend it. We actually don't spend that much money. Well, we do, but I mean, no more than they do. And that's what they don't understand. And they have this image that we have this army of world-class substitutes waiting in the wings. Mate, no, we don't. We're just like everyone else. When we lose players, we suffer. And we're suffering. Guardiola coming forward. Gets it into Nico O'Reilly behind him, but somehow controls it. Tries to lay it off to McAtee. It's just not working, is it, lads? Them two are struggling. Looks like McAtee's gone up front. So, Jacob Wright is in attacking midfield with Nico O'Reilly. James McAtee's gone into false 9 position. You've got Bernardo Silva on the right wing. Kovacic and Rico still sitting and Nunes still on the left wing. But here comes Spurs with the incredibly high line that we've got. And they're really looking to hurt us when they get the ball, which hasn't been that common. They've not really had the ball that much in this game. Have Spurs. And Walker is injured, by the way, as well. I know you're not. No one's crying about that too much, but I mean, Walker's another player that we could have used in this game. Bernardo's free, mate. Why aren't you giving it him? No. Tried to find McAtee, even though he had 2 players marking him. Ball over the top to Kulusevski. Brings it down. Oh, City's defending there is shocking. Johnson clears by Rico Lewis. And Jacob Wright gets it. Well, does he? Not really. Half cleared. It's going to come back, though. Bernardo Silva could win that. Doesn't. It's going to be a throw into Spurs, is it? No, he's kept it in. The casualness of our defending then. Gvardiol and Nathan Ake, both of them, so casual. The way they were just looking at Kulusevski, who just sent a ball around the outside of both of them. And Johnson was in. Just dinks it back post, and Rico Lewis at the back post clears it. But so simple to get in behind. And they're in again. Down the left wing, Werner coming in. City getting numbers back. Ball across the face goal. Gvardiol clears it the way Nathan Ake should have cleared it before. Right foot, using your weaker foot. Send it back where it came from. If you're not sure, just get your strongest connection on it possible. And that's exactly how you clear across. Like that. if it's on your weak side. Just get it away, mate. And that's exactly what you needed to do. Corner ball to Spurs. We could not begrudge them if they go 3-1 up, because they've not been the better side in terms of control, in terms of possession, but they've been by far the better side in terms of chance creation. And they've just been allowing us to have the ball and waiting for us to invite them to have a chance to go through on goal. And every time they've delivered. Ball in, near post, Ortega collects. Are we going to hit them on the counter-attack? No, we're going to chill. We're going to chill. Take your time. It's not like we're losing, you know. Take your time. Start knocking it about with our inexperienced midfield who keep giving it away. And, yeah, see how that works out for us. Come on, City. Come on. Kovacic. John Stones, good ball into Nico O'Reilly. Takes it on the half turn as well. He seems sluggish, Nico O'Reilly. Bernardo Silva into Nico. Go on, Nico. Kept it though, Rico. Back to John Stones. Bernardo Silva hugging the touchline over on the right-hand side for Manchester City. Beats Timo Werner. He's got Udogie to beat. Makes him jump. Sends Timo Werner for a hot dog as well. Rico Lewis, ball in's just poor, man. Just no. Technically poor cross from Rico Lewis. Timo Werner's now gone down. And this is why you rest players. We've lost Savinho. They've lost Van de Ven, and it looks like they're about to lose Timo Werner. This is what happens. I know, Ryan, I saw it before. I was hoping no one noticed, but you can't really not notice it, can you? They're fucking ridiculous these days. Ah, mate. Richarlison is coming on. So tonight's results are as follows. Brighton 2, Liverpool 3, Villa 1, Palace 2, United 5, Leicester 2, Newcastle 2, Chelsea 0, and the Arsenal score disappeared just before I was about to read it, but I'm going to guess 3-0. Because I'm pretty sure I saw the 0 for Preston, and I know it was at least 3-0, so I'm pretty sure they've lost. Yeah, I could just cool them down a little bit. Oh, we did though, mate. This is why we should have bought players in the. You mean the summer just gone? You mean? Yeah, we got Gundogan back. It's not worked, but don't pretend we weren't all incredibly excited about that. We all were over the moon with Gundogan's return. That was like the cherry on the cake for the transfer market. You know, we got Savinho. Who else did we get? Giving away though. City are in business here. Oh, Jacob Wright. Oh, it's just past the post. He nearly made it 2-2. How are we even in this game, to be honest? But oh, he's so close as well. He's not a million miles away, just past the post. Could see all the City fans behind the goal just all going, oh, so close. Johnson off, Werner off, and it's Mickey Moore on for Spurs, as well as Richarlison, who is also on for Spurs. Mickey Moore's a good player on the up and up. 17 years old, Mickey Moore. Been playing recently as well, getting Premier League minutes lately. So Postecoglou thinks highly of him to at least get on the pitch in a Premier League match. Be interesting to see what he's going to do. Looks like he's playing on the right wing for him. Where's the number 47, which is Felipe's number? And Richarlison he's a problematic player, but I mean, he's a bit of a headbanger, isn't he? Bit of a loose cannon. Wasn't he bitching about racism as well? About fucking Rodri winning the Ballon d'Or? What a joke that is. Like, anyway, Nunes. It's a poor effort from Mateus Nunes. Just controls it with his studs, and then you're thinking he's going to whip this for the far corner. It just goes straight at Vicario. Poor effort from Mateus Nunes. I don't know, Andy. I would love to know the answer, but apparently Pep said he's going to be back for the next international break, which I'm sure wasn't that 2 international breaks ago? I don't know, but whenever he gets injured, for me it's like, don't believe the lies that you hear, because nowadays Pep says, De Bruyne, yeah, it's a little injury. I feel like he's just trying to not make it all panic. Because every time he's been injured lately, it's always... last year he got injured and it was like, oh yeah, it's a little injury, he should be back soon. Like, 4 months later, no De Bruyne still. Like, do you know what I mean? It's been like a month already. And he's not even getting near the squad. There's no mention of him coming back at all. We need to think about... I've always said availability is the best ability. And if you're not available, then what are you in a football team? I love you, Kevin De Bruyne, but you cannot be injured all the time, and we therefore can't depend on you. So we have to go into the market to sign someone. But he's on 400 grand a week. You know, I think this could be his last year. I feel like Saudi... Apparently he doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia, and I respect that. I feel like he's all about the MLS, I believe. So I could see him going to like New York City. So good luck to him there. Mickey Moore with a quality turn, immediately sending Spurs away, showing why he's starting for Spurs. Ball across. John Stones claiming offside. Man on, mate. Fucking hell, Solanke didn't bother chasing you, thankfully. But John Stones looking for an option. Ake's like, oh, do you want me to help you? Yes, I do, Nathan. Please. He's standing there looking at him, gormless, mate. I love you, Nathan Ake, mate. But John Stones was looking at you like, can you make me an option? Just give me an angle so I can pass it back to you. Because I've got 2 Spurs players on my back. Can you give me an option, please? Simple shit, mate. Elanus, your generosity is skyrocketing through the roof, mate. Absolutely love it. Thank you very much. I'm sure all of the city regrets selling Palmer. Yeah, I do. Some of the things he said as well, how he got interviewed at Chelsea, didn't he? Saying the plan wasn't to leave City. He actually wanted to go out on loan, but we said there's no loan option. We either sell you or you stay. And he said he wanted 1 more year on loan. Terrible decision that turned out to be. Big blow. That is big blow. But you just don't know. It's hindsight. Who's to say that we would even know about Cole Palmer being the Cole Palmer that we know today? Because he'd probably still be at City, getting 20 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and we'd just consider him a player that's like, don't really know much about it. We don't see enough of him, you know. Nathan Ake's coming off, and Simpson... Pussy is coming on. Pusey, is it Pusey or Pussy? 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 Pusey? I don't know. He's on the pitch. Anyway. Sloppy back pass there, and he's gone all the way to Vicario, but still 2-1. We are still in this game. And he's gone... Simpson Pusey has gone right into the centre of our back three. That's important role, mate. So good luck to you. Good luck to you. Long ball over the top for Nunes. He's not done anything in this second half, Nunes, really. Not really been involved anywhere near the level he was in the first half. But Jacob Wright, 1-2 with Guardiola. Unlucky. Jacob Wright. Nunes steps in and wins the ball back, though. Good counter press there from Nunes. Sprays one out, over hits it for Bernardo Silva. Is he going to keep it in? Yeah, no, he's not. He's gone for a throw-in, but rather than a corner, at least. But 16 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Andy wants Haaland on. Devious, yep, Delap's doing pretty well. I mean, Pep's even having a chuckle as well. This is it. I think that the club has started... I mean, we're talking about Real Madrid. I think the club has written this tournament off, because I think Pep will have... His aura, his choice of words will have resonated around the dressing room before this game. His attitude. Lovely turn there from Simpson Pusey. Sent Rico away, and he nearly got the foul there. Should have been, but he's played on. Bernardo Silva coming down the right wing. 15 minutes to go. Back to Nico O'Reilly. He's not brave, Nico O'Reilly, at all. He's been very safe. Everything he's done, Nico O'Reilly, has been... He turns his back on every single Spurs player. He never squares them up and tries to beat them. He doesn't try the difficult thing, and that's okay. Fine, if you want to keep it safe, but we're 2-1 down. We need a bit of bravery now, mate. We need to try the audacity, you know, try the audacious. Nunes, Kovacic. Back to Nunes. Jacob Wright's gone down the line, but it's a dinked-in ball to Guardiola, brings it down on his chest, left foot, thinks about the volley, crosses it. Oh, it's break. Oh, I thought that was going to break to Jacob Wright or McAtee. Should we just... I can't call him pussy all game. I'm just going to call him Homer. Don't know, how's your pussy, mate? I don't have one. There are some days I wish I did, but I don't, unfortunately. Where are we going here, Carl? What's happened? What's happened? Homer gives it to Kovacic. And if he scores an own goal as well, it's going to be dope, isn't it? Isn't that word dough? Homer's dough is the most iconic, like, no one replicates it. I've never heard anyone do a good impression of Homer. Such a good voice, isn't it, Homer's voice? Every bloke, just for a day. Just for a day. I am. A big giant one. Anyway. Harley's wanting a John Stones 99th minute equalizer. Everything, Matthew. Everything. 2-1 down. There's a pussy on the pitch. Savinho's injured. Homer's just giving it away, man. Terrible ball. Just boots it out for a goal kick. You can plan for this. You can plan for this many injuries. Otherwise, you just have players not playing and getting unhappy when we don't get injuries. Yeah, well... Well, they're going to get tested now because a lot of them are going to get more minutes than they probably thought they were going to get because it's gone beyond like, oh, a couple of players here though. We've got half a team out. 6. Is it 7 actually? Here we've got Walker, Savinho, Grealish, Doku, Oscar Bob, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne. 7. Unbelievable. John Stones, out to Bernardo Silva. Come on, City. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. And subscribe if you're new. Oh, Richarlison's just done Nico O'Reilly. And he sent Solanke away, but Homer gets back. 8. Who's the 8th? Akanji. If you count Akanji, is he out like what? How bad's that? Is he injured in the warm-up? You know. 8 players. It's getting quite nasty in the chat, really, isn't it? Ball down the line. Jacob Wright. Oh, it's cleared by Dragusin. Jacob Wright's come on and been lively, by the way. He's been very good. Very good. Alanis, City losing and Pep laughing. Yeah, I don't want him out. But... yeah, I wasn't impressed by that either. That's shows that that attitude's on the pitch. You know, Pep chuckling. I've never seen Pep chuckle when we're losing. Ball in, it's cleared, cushioned down by Kovacic to Nunes. Going further away from goalie, you got Bernardo Silva out on the right as an option. 11 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Spurs getting many men back. Ball in, it's deflected to the back post. Jacob Wright crosses back post. Bernardo Silva's in there. Dinks it back across. Jacob Wright volleys it, and it's going to go out for a throw-in, mate. We can get something from this game. Imagine if we go through after this performance. It would be funny because this has been a flawless October. We have won every game in October. And I jinxed us because I said the word flawless in my preview. Can we continue a flawless October? You can add a Rodri Ballon d'Or to that October as well, which makes it even sweeter. But this is kind of taking the sheen off October. Who's going trick-or-treating tomorrow night? Me. That's who. I mean, City want out of this cup, not Pep. Yeah, all right, yeah. I was going to say, Pep out would be a bold move, Elanus. But yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, I appreciate all the super chats, by the way. That's so kind of you. Really is. Make sure you're checking your bank balance unless you're incredibly rich. But I always urge caution to people who are spending money. But thank you very much, Elanus. Guardiola clears it. Vicario's come out of his goal, heads it up in the air. A bit silly that, but Jacob Wright heads it out for a Spurs throw-in. The Barnsley Beckenbauer dagger incoming. Would love it, mate. Harley says, I find it weird City playing the ball in the air due to Pep's no risky passes. Kind of play those that show that how desperate we're getting. A little bit, Harley, yeah. A little bit, forcing it a little bit, but we may not need to force it in a minute because we could be getting knocked out because Richarlison's coming forward. He's kept the ball into Udogie. Kulichevsky dinks it in, and Homer clears it. Great clearance by Simpson Pussy. So we need to clear this up. What's his actual name? Red Camp doesn't give a shit about this game. I'm more concerned about how we are going to fight this season with this amount of injured players we've got. Is concerning. 100%, mate. It's very, very concerning, but I still care about this game. I can't not care about a game of Football City. I care about every game. Obviously, there's levels to the care. Do you know what I mean? I understand where you're coming from, because I don't care about this. If you've seen me in Premier League games, if you've watched me in a watch-along, you've seen I care more about the Premier League than I do the Champions League, to be honest. I get way more fired up about that. Oh, what have you done there with a throw-in? What are we doing there with a throw-in from Guardiola and just sends through Richarlison in on goal. Here you go, Richarlison. What a lovely ball this will be. Throws it through to Richarlison in on goal, and then Ortega makes another save. Like, what is Guardiola doing there? And I mean, the finish from Richarlison was a joke. Absolutely shocking finish. Side foots it straight at Ortega. This game should have been 5 or 6-1 to Spurs. It really should have been. And 2-1 is like flattering. I'll take 2-1 the way this is going. Unbelievable. If you can't even throw the fucking ball, mate. I don't have to care, but I have to be honest. I think the best thing to do as a streamer is be honest, and that's what I'm trying to be. Because I don't care. Back heel from Bernardo Silva to nobody other than Richarlison. There wasn't even a City player there, so free kick by Rico Lewis. Richarlison goes down. Rico's not happy. Richarlison's having the ball kicked at him but multiple times, actually, by somebody. Some City player just keeps kicking the ball at him while he's rolling around on the floor. Yeah, it's a foul, Rico, mate. You can't do that. You got to move on. Get on with it. We haven't had many, though. And I think they've had a way bigger chances than we have. Way bigger. They've been through on goal. They've had like 3 or 4 one-on-ones in this second half alone. I agree, City do not take their chances, but neither do they, thankfully. Thankfully. Making this game somewhat respectable, because this could have been humiliating. Very easily. But we have these games. We've been here before. We have these games. I'm hoping this is our Villa game. You know, last season when we played Villa and we had a completely shite team that was full of injuries. Ball in, near post. City bringing it away here. Still in the penalty area. Gets it out to Jacob Wright. He's got no options though. Trying to hold up the plate. And he's had it taken off him. Guardiola. But yeah, who remembers Villa last season? We lost 1-0. It should have been about 3 or 4-0 to Villa. We were so bad in that game away at Villa last season. Such a bad game. And I feel like the performance, the attitudes, just very lacklustre. Everything about that game was crap. And this has got the same feeling. You know what I mean? It's that same. That was Premier League as well, don't forget. But this is Carabao Cup, so you're hoping we can shake it off, go away to Bournemouth and win. But I am not feeling confident for that game now, because that's the thing with form. That's the why every game should be taken seriously, because you can't just flick it like a light switch. You can't play shit and then expect to turn it on. But it's Premier League this week. We'll try. No. Rico Lewis nearly giving it away there. He was sprinting back, panicking, thinking the pass isn't coming off. But Rico Lewis has had it taken off him as well. Nico O'Reilly just showing no fight to win it again. It's just, that's what's alarming more than anything. Is a lot of the kids as well have been really like not showing much, just effort. Jacob Wright's looked good since he's come on. He's looked the most promising youngster on the pitch tonight for me. I mean, where's James McAtee? Where is he in this game? He was anonymous. There he is. Bernardo Silva. Ball in. Saved by Vicario. Nunes. Oh, I thought it was going to break to him. I thought cross went back post and Vicario came out of goal, but it's given away here to Guardiola. Just a little ball there to Jacob Wright was on, but he tried to go for the cross. City have got a corner though. That's it, Captain Kringles. I think there's been a lot of unfair criticism for Rico. I feel like he hasn't been as good. I think he got off to a good start in the season. He has dipped a little bit, Rico. And it's getting a little bit more. Like, he keeps getting worse, if anything. This game's not been a great game for Rico. He's been it's a difficult position. But the question you've actually asked, who's going to replace him? Exactly. Do you know what I mean? What do we do? Do you want to put Gundogan in? I feel like that's even worse. I know on paper, going off a season ago, Gundogan 100%. Ball in, back post, Vicario's pissing about with it. Oh! And Nico O'Reilly saved off the line by Basuma. Spurs surround him and celebrate, but Vicario comes out flapping at the corner, pissing about with it. What is Vicario doing? And then the save from Basuma at the near post. Oh, Nico O'Reilly nearly gets an equaliser. That's an unbelievable goal line clearance. But ball in again. Guardiola. Oh, it's over the bar at the near post. Gets up, heads it, flicks it over the bar though this time. And I mean, I don't think we can be talking about, unlucky. Ooh, nah, mate. We don't deserve to be through in this ground. We deserve to be knocked out. And I'm pretty sure I'll be gobsmacked if we, because we've been getting last minute equalisers and winners lately, haven't we? And I felt like we've deserved them. We deserved it against Wolves. We deserved the equaliser against Arsenal. 100%. We do not deserve an equaliser in this game. I'll take it if we get it, but nah. The word robbery has been used all week. Ball across, Ortega collects it. For the wrong reasons. Rodri has not committed any robbery of any kind, but if City get an equaliser and knock Spurs out, this is a robbery. That's got to be a yellow card there for Mickey Moore, is it? Trying to just pulling on. Oh, it's Archie Gray. Sorry, pulling on the shirt of Nunes. Okay, says he's going to go and buy a Stones kit if he equalises. Mate, you need to send me a picture. If you do. It'd be ridiculous if it's John Stones again. That would be ridiculous. 90th minute is closing in. Wonder how much stoppage time there's going to be. There's been a couple of injuries actually, hasn't there? Werner went off. Savinho went off on a stretcher, so there should be about 5 or 6 minutes. Ball in! Oh! It's bobbling around 6 minutes of injury time, and it was nearly crept. How did that cross get that far? It was such a pathetic cross from Bernardo Silva. It went so slowly through so many Spurs players. But there was no City player on the end of it. Nunes. The only player for me that can be walking away with at this pitch with his head genuinely held high. Got the goal, and it's not even about the goal. Forget the goal. He's played well. He's done the right things when he's got it. A little one or two mistakes, but I mean, compared to the rest of them, good ball that from Homer. Back to Guardiola, and it's deflected back to Vicario, who's going to take an age with this, no doubt. No, you're right, Stuart, but it's not. It's not the point. The point is the attitudes. It's just been very lackluster. Like, Homer goes into the back of Solanke there. Doesn't commit a free kick according to the referee, but it's pretty dangerous when you do that, you know, as a defender. You know, when a player in front of you just goes up to win the header and the defender behind you just like leans into the back of you. Completely takes you out. So when you come back down, you were going up like that, but you're coming down like that. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty dangerous, man. Rico Lewis, John Stones. 4 minutes and a few seconds to go. Jacob Wright takes it on the half turn. Good tackle that though by Bentancur, but it's not cleared though. Nunes. Jacob Wright comes deeper, offers a ball in, crosses the ball, and it's gone out for a goal kick. What's everyone's opinion on Nico O'Reilly? Because I've never really been that impressed by him. I feel like there's a potential, but I feel like there's a lot of work that needs doing with Nico O'Reilly for me. I think he's looked a little bit out of his depth today. I feel like touches have been a bit heavy. Don't like criticising kids too much though, because I feel like it's harsh. Because they're so young and scared. You're going to be nervous, man. Of course you are. Ortega collects a ball that ended up bobbling through to him. Rolls it out to Nico O'Reilly. Good ball from Nico into Kovacic. Kovacic coming forward. Udogie thought about committing but doesn't. Backtracks, which gives Kovacic the opportunity to get it into Jacob Wright. The shot is wide. He's got to hit the target. Got to hit the target there, Jacob Wright. He had time, space, edge of the area, central, corners. Pick your corner, mate. You got to hit the target there. Doesn't even get his laces through it. Just gets some half-arsed side foot and drifts past the post. Spurs fans just head in hand, some of them, so nervous. But I mean, this is the levels. I mean, look at you guys in the chat, and I understand, and I agree with you. I'm with you, to be honest. This is the club difference. This is the difference in the two clubs. You know, we're very dismissive, and I don't really like it. And I'm not saying I'm not like that, because I've been dismissive of the Carabao Cup, but I don't like it. I think it's a bit arrogant, entitled, because I tell you what, if we don't win a Premier League, Champions League or FA Cup, I think we'll be happy we've got a Carabao Cup at least. Do you know what I mean? It could be one of them. Spurs, on the other hand, haven't won anything for a very, very, very long time. So therefore, they're going to take this very seriously, and as they should. Jacob Wright, heavy touch. I've been complimenting him since his substitute appearance, but his last two actions have been a bit of a letdown. Simpson Pusey, by the way, has come on. He's been good. He's showed some competent touches. One pass went out for a goal kick. Other than that, he was read the game then really well. He's looking all right. Looking all right. Jacob Wright now, third time lucky. Gets it out to Bernardo Silva. The last two actions were poor. Can he make his third a good one? Jacob Wright. Richarlison just going into the back of him there. Echeverri. Is that someone to get excited about? Isn't he coming in January? Pretty sure he is. That's the last I heard. And people keep asking for loan moves. Ball in from Jacob Wright is in. Nico O'Reilly with a great clearance out for a goal kick. I mean, I blame the haircut. I blame the haircut. Because that header, mate. Poor fucking boom. Another opportunity for City there to equalise from Nico O'Reilly as well. But the header just goes horribly over the bar. Manuel Akanji now having a chuckle. Haaland having a chuckle. We're getting knocked out. They're having a chuckle. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it at all. Pep's smiling. What's he smirking at? Where are we going? Where's the club going? Because I don't want to lose our roots, man. Don't forget where we came from. We're turning our nose up at trophies. Don't like it. And I'm annoyed with myself because I feel it. I feel like that myself. I feel like I don't really care about it. I remember this morning waking up thinking, Carabao Cup. Carabao Cup. And there goes the full-time whistle. City are out of the Carabao Cup, and rightly so with that performance. Deservedly so. City get knocked out. I was going to stick around and do the draw, but I'm not really interested in it because we're not in it. So who gives a shit? I hope Liverpool face Arsenal, and I hope United get Newcastle or Brighton away. Or Spurs away. In fact, Spurs, I mean, I didn't think they played well. I really didn't think they played well at all. We got beaten by a side who just lost to Palace at the weekend and scraped over the line in the third round of this tournament to Coventry. And they played better in the second half. Spurs did. Created so many chances. And it should have been 3 or 4-1 to Spurs, really, in that game. I think that would have been a fair result. Ultimately, you've got to take the loss on the chin. But one thing that stood out to me all game was attitudes. And I think, look at Pep now. He's walking around with his hands in his pockets. They almost look like, yeah, this is kind of what we wanted. We kind of wanted to get knocked out because we've got bigger fish to fry. And while that might be realistic and understandable, you keep it hidden. You don't need to show everybody that we're thinking it. You know, imagine if you're the CEO or if you own. Imagine if you're the founder of Carabao, the drink. You'd be fucking fuming watching some of the attitudes of these Premier League players just taking it half seriously. Spurs should be taking this seriously. They should be. Because they need silverware. They haven't won a fucking trophy. They need a trophy. We, on the other hand, are now turning our noses up at trophies. And I don't like that at all. Palace are through as well. They're the other side I forgot. So Spurs, Arsenal, Newcastle, United, Palace and Liverpool, all Premier League ties from the quarterfinals onwards at this point, with Preston being the only Championship side left in it until tonight, getting knocked out by Arsenal 3-0. Bournemouth at the weekend is become a concern. This is what a 90-minute match of football does. You got to take every game seriously for me. You can't be taking games half seriously, because now this is in the back of my mind. Are we going to be able to turn our attitudes back to 100%? Because clearly they were not all at the races today. And what's most upsetting about that is even some of the youngsters didn't look that much. And I know full well Pep will have definitely been a big reason for that. And you know who doesn't love Pep? If you're a City fan, you're a lunatic if you don't love Pep. But I have a feeling he was in that dressing room just chatting, talking to them. Like, you're right, lads, take it easy. Enjoy yourselves. Let's see what happens. There was just no intensity from any of them today. Apart from Mateus Nunes, who got himself a goal. So well played, Mateus Nunes, who is continuing his form right now as arguably he's our most informed player, Mateus Nunes. You know, Haaland obviously has been finding the back of the net over the course of the season, but the last 3 games has just been Nunes, hands down, man of the match in all 3 games for me. Even in the Watford game, you know, in the Carabao Cup. So well played, Mateus Nunes. And great goal from Sarr, by the way, to make it 2-1. So we did get knocked out by a pretty quality goal. He was well out of the penalty area to make it 2-1. But I mean, I'm gutted about the performance, mate. Like, it's the attitude's more than the performance. Sorry, I don't know where. I'm not feeling good about Bournemouth now. I felt like tonight, yeah, let's see. I had a feeling we could knock them out maybe on penalties. It'd be a tough game. I thought there'd be more kids on the pitch than there actually were, more from Spurs, in fact. But they went pretty strong. But yeah, Bournemouth away. Semenyo, he is fucking on fire right now as well. He's a dangerous player who's the perfect player to play against Manchester City. Someone who knows how to finish and has speed, you know? And we've come up against so many players this season that haven't quite got both. You're thinking Adama Traore, Timo Werner, who did get a goal today but should have had a hat-trick. Should have had a hat-trick today, Timo Werner. But because he's shit at finishing, you know, when any chance where he has to think about it, Timo Werner misses. Instinctive chances, he will put them away every now and again. Adama Traore, so many chances he had. You know, Semenyo, he's the perfect player. I feel like he's got speed, dribbling ability, and he knows how to finish. He's been scoring goals this season. So we're in for a big game this weekend. Arsenal will have played first, don't forget. But they're going away to Newcastle, who haven't been playing that well this season, but have just won and beaten Chelsea and knocked them out. So they might have a little bit of a spring in their step. Newcastle seem to have turned a little bit of a corner in the last couple of weeks because they didn't get off to a great start. But yeah, no, it's been a disappointing attitudes from Manchester City. But I mean, it's not very often we get to feel like this, is it? We've been spoilt as Manchester City fans, so we do need to take these moments on the chin. And I think they're good. It grows us. It develops character, you know, as a fan, and it also this puts us back in our place. Do you know what I mean? As fans, makes us remember that, you know, this is what a loss feels like. This is what getting knocked out of tournaments feels like. And we obviously felt that last season in the Carabao Cup, but we did the same last season. We wrote it off. We played Newcastle in the third round away, and we sent Calvin Phillips on with a load of kids because of the FIFA Club World Cup was round the corner. That I understood, because the FIFA Club World Cup, we've never won it. First time being invited to the FIFA Club World Cup. We want to win it. We did win it. Right decision to get knocked out and almost allow it. This time, I don't feel like there's an excuse there that we should be like, oh, injuries, we've got to look out for things. And even if we are, it's attitudes, mate. And I don't like it. It bugs me. Really does. Because you should win every football match. Try to win every football match. Disappointing. But yeah, we were flattered by the scoreline. 2-1. Could have been a lot worse. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're on the watching after the fact, yeah, please hit a like on the stream. It helps the algorithm and all that. Go and check out the short if you haven't done it, because it's doing really well. So I'm trying to continue the run of form that I've been getting, because I've gained a load of new subscribers from that short, which was pretty cool. 115. Oh yeah, great. Just realised 115,000 views. So 115. And it's stopped there as well. It seems to have capped out at 115. Of course it has. 115,000 views, and we'll stop there. So anyone who hasn't seen that short, or if you even have, and you don't want to continuously see that short with the number 115 next to it, if you're a City fan, I presume you don't want that, go and watch it to try and get it up to 116, because then we can get rid of the 115. Fucking sums up this night, really, that, doesn't it? But yeah, you're praying Savinho's not too serious, because I think it was an impact, but the fact that he got on a stretcher was concerning. But he got injured and he walked off to the corner. He went and took the corner. He winced. He took the impact and then carried on running, and then he went, that hurt, and then went and took the corner, and then a couple of passes after that as well, and then he goes down, and then he starts really writhing in pain. And it's like, well, you're hoping it's just a bit of an impact injury and he's all right for the weekend, but I don't know. John, this is far from our best season, but I am not worried about being out of the Carabao Cup. The injury toll means we need less competitions. You're right, yeah. Still, I am concerned for this season. Not good. Yeah, I agree, John. I don't think it has been our best season. I do think injuries are playing a part, like you said. And I'm not, the facts. I'm not worried about the facts of being knocked out of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I'm worried about the way we got knocked out. I don't like that at all. I didn't like it. I'm not sure it was a sprain, mate. I think it was impact, because he was like complaining about the inside of his toe to me. But yeah, I don't know. Disappointing. But we move on. We've got less games to worry about now. So think about it like that. Let's try and put a positive spin on it. While we're in a title race, there's going to be a week where next week, is it a couple of weeks away? And then there'll be another one as well, the semi-final. While we're chilling midweek, getting rest for Premier League weekends, Liverpool and Arsenal will have to sweat it out and play more football. See what damage that does to their overall season in terms of minutes and injuries and whatnot. But it was still, wouldn't you rather win it? I would. I would rather win it. And I'm pretty sure one of those two is probably going to go and win it. Liverpool and Arsenal. Liverpool probably hold on to it again. And we'll have to hear how they've won another piece of silverware. So, again, another reason why we should have won it. Never mind, we move on. Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League, all still up for grabs. But yeah, like John said, we've got to manage some serious injuries now because obviously Rodri, forget about it. De Bruyne, where is he? Oscar Bob. Echeverry's exciting. There's something about him that I don't know. There's a little vibe. I'm getting vibes off Echeverry. And then Elenis to finish off with one final super chat, which is hugely appreciated. City's done. Goldbridge headliner tomorrow, 100%, 100%, and he probably won't even be tomorrow. He's probably doing it right now. But yeah, I've steered clear of Mark Goldbridge lately because I don't want to be a channel that hangs on his coattails. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to make my own content. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to cling on to his success, and every time I talk about him, I'm getting some views because it's about him. Do you know what I mean? But lately, he has talked some shit lately about City. He did a video today about something as well that I thought, like, there's so many opportunities for me to talk about him. And I could make some plenty of content. So if you guys want to see it, I might do the odd video about it where I call him out for his bullshit. But it will always be respectable to the point that I don't want to insult the man. I want to insult his opinions. His opinions are dog shit. But I'm never going to start dissing the person. Do you know what I mean? Because he is a human being at the end of the day. So, yeah, Hannah, that's a good point. It's because we win. It's because we win. That's why. Because that's why he supports United. Because he was drawn to. Well, I feel like most kids do that. You know what I mean? That's what children do. When you're a kid, you pick who's top of the league. Unless you've got a dad or even a mum who forces you to support a certain side, like I did. I had parents who were like, "You ain't supporting United, mate. You're supporting City, and you're gonna like it." Thanks for that, Dad. I appreciate it because you definitely made the right call. Because look at us now, definitely the right decision. But in terms of when you're a kid, if you don't have that authority figure of a parent who's telling you who to support, who's top of the league, I'll choose them. That's what Mark Goldbridge did, and that's what the majority of United fans did, and it's what the majority of my mates did, and all my friends are United fans. You know, I have like 6 or 7 very, very close friends. They're all United fans, and I'd say, I think 5 out of the 7 were season ticket holders. None of them are season ticket holders anymore. I mean, I used to be a season ticket holder, but the reason I'm not is to do this. It's because I wanted to do something I love and talk about City more and try and make a living doing it. That'd be great. But the idea to just turn your back on the club because they don't win anymore, and it shows why he chose them in the first place. And I feel like that's what he's doing. And that's why he talks about City a lot. Because he's drawn to who's top of the league. He's drawn to them. And he hates the fact that he made that childhood decision and it's now going to haunt him for the rest of his fucking life. Anyway, Blues. On to the next one. Bournemouth at the weekend. Come and join me for that. We'll be doing a watch-along, of course. And I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do tomorrow because I'm moving house. I've told you, some of you might not know, but I am in the process of trying to move house. So there is possible house viewings that I'm trying to organise. So it's difficult for me to make videos at the minute, but I'm definitely going to do a preview either tomorrow or Friday. So I'm not sure. Player ratings might have to take a miss, unfortunately. Just got that time, and I'm sorry. Once I'm moved and settled, I can commit more then as well. But I've got a lot of things on my plate at the minute. But anyway, Blues, thanks very much for joining me in this watch long. It's not been a great result, but we move on. Bournemouth at the weekend. Come and join me for that one. Thank you very much to everybody in the chat, and a big shout out to Elenis, who's been incredibly generous all stream with the continuous super chats. You are very kind, Elenis. Thank you very much. Big up to everybody. Take care, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.